Good evening. My name is Matt Nahat, and today we are going to be getting back into some Last Epoch with the Lady Vengeance. And speaking of that, we need to. Yeah, it will be on our other screen. We will go over to the other screen now so that we can put up that link if you'd like to go and follow. And we'll be getting started here real soon with Last Epoch. I am going to be playing as the Sentinel with some spinny fire shenanigans at this stage. And the Lady Vengeance is playing a rogue with some elemental shenanigans, which will be interesting. I think probably that will chop and change as we go, as we find new gear, as we decide what we're doing. But for now, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to pop over to the chat, and then we will have the Lady Vengeance with us, and should be a chill and good time. So I'm just going to jump over to the chat now. Where are we? I need to click this button and that button, and then we should be good to go. Alright.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. Need to...
Welcome to Potate.
Huh.
Potate.
I'm not... There you are. There
Yeah,
you are,
no, I jumped in to make sure that the game was actually going to run for me.
Invite to party.
Yay! Wait for the pretty little portal. Where's the portal? Pretty portal! And now it takes a half a second to go. Oh yes, we did that.
Yeah, the loading times are a little bit longer in multiplayer, but it's okay.
Oh no, I'm just like you can step through a portal, and it takes a second for the game to notice that you've actually done it.
Yeah.
It's a bit unnerving still.
All right, so make sure your inventory is empty and we're all set to go.
Yes. I did check all of that. I've left
Perfect.
it pretty much empty from last time.
In that case, we are going to the ruined world, all the way over to the sort of right-hand waypoint. Indeed.
See if I can remember what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was some sort of elemental things, but with some bleed. I don't know. I don't know what you were doing.
I was fart-assing around and figuring out what works.
Yeah, sounds about right. Oh yes, you're doing lightning with the chakrams. That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I'm doing Bernie's Bernie fire. Lots of Bernie fire.
Yeah, I think I've got a little bit of fire in my skills. But the main one is the lightning.
Yeah. Looks like everything's all working okay. Good.
Yep. I would say so.
Later on, you'll be able to get nodes that make those chakrams like spin around you and stuff. So you like it's a little bit
stand down or die.
A little bit more. I don't know.
Like,
satisfying.
Is it just a? So it's more of an aesthetic than a.
It will slightly change it. So there's different modes, but I think there's one that sort of like gets them to sort of spin around you. Kind of. I don't think it's quite like what I'm doing, but we'll have to have a look at it.
Yeah. Next time we stop.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how far in the tree it is. Yeah, those people watching, you know, we're Lady Vengeance is newer than I am, but I'm still relatively new to the game, so we're still kind of working it out. Not
Oh, look,
pros.
you get there. I mean, it's not super difficult to understand,
No.
especially if you've got background in other games like D3 and
Yeah, exactly.
you know, there are definite similarities in some of the ways that the skill trees work. I'm trying to think of other games that use a similar idea. I'm sure they exist.
Grim Dawn, Torchlight.
Oh, I haven't played Torchlight in years.
I like Torchlight.
That was fun. That was one that I ended up playing by myself, so I lasted, but not forever.
I played as the engineer primarily in Torchlight 2.
Can't remember. Cannot remember. It's been that long.
Ooh, that's a thing. Look at those
Really?
burning stacks. Holy crap. Wow.
I know, they're a little bit nuts. Especially if you sit on top of them and it's just one.
Feels good. Feels very good.
Yeah, I bet.
And you're doing like lightning, you're doing shock and bleeding stacks. Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the bleeding stacks aren't attached to the chakram. They're attached to something else.
Could
Like
be on
an
your
individual
weapon
thing.
or part of
Yeah,
your armor or something. Yeah.
yeah, but they're not specifically attached to the chakram themselves.
Yeah. Well, I've got. Oh, yes, because we're level 20, I'm saving those points. That's right.
No, it's my armor.
It's your armor.
32. Yeah, my armor has a 32% chance to bleed on hit with shurikens.
Nice. That's cool.
Which is why I have yet to give that armor up.
Um.
Because it's just a little something extra.
Well, I might get the next point into this. Yeah, every little bit of like damage is
Weird stuff helps.
yeah,
Yes.
especially onto bosses. You know, these little things. You know, it's not going to be all that noticeable, but when we start coming to bosses,
Yep.
it'll
And,
definitely
I mean,
be noticeable.
I don't know what your opinion on it is, but like mine is very much a case of if I can work a number of skills in, so like lightning and bleeding and fire across the board, then if we come across, say we come across a boss that has an immunity to a certain percent of fire sort of thing, then I can use some of those other skills and still make a decent dent in whatever they're doing.
I see what you mean. You don't want to do that too much, though. In a
No.
game like this, you want up to like maybe 2 types. More than that, and you're gonna get like just no damage in any of them.
Yeah.
You-
No, like I don't mean like absolutely go 5 ways and stretch yourself completely, but having a couple of different options is not going to be like a completely bad thing in that sense.
No. No, you should be alright. Just yeah. Know that for every extra thing that you have, it's gonna be less good for the one skill, more good for the 2 skills or the 2 types. But yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be alright.
Dang it. I'm out of space.
Because I am pretty much doing... I'm doing 2 things too. it'll be healing and fire. I don't know why those two things go together, but that's what I'm
They
trying
do?
to do.
Healing and fire go together.
Cauterization.
Exactly. Plus, usually when you're looking at those specific types of skills in a game, they always have the same color.
Ah, red.
They're always both red. There's no one of them's green and one of them's purple sort of stuff. They're very much given the same color as identifying those specific things.
Alright. Ooh,
Where?
shaky ground.
Oh shit! They're all behind me.
Not for long. Hey you, come attack me. Oh, he's going down like crazy. I'm just gonna have to regenerate my...
He thinks he's Gandalf.
Yeah, yeah, he sure does.
You shall not pass. He actually said it too, and I'm like, no, wrong person. You are not Gandalf.
Wow, that was
Pretty good.
very good. Alright. I think... I think we want more, like, less channel cost. Like, we're now getting to the point where it is starting to cost me to spin like that. And when I start leveling up into the smite chance, it's going to cost me even more.
Mm.
Okay. So this has got elemental resistance and fire resistance and armor. This has got health. It's got legendary potential on it. Gosh, okay. Haven't really done anything with legendary potential. But cool. I guess I will hold on to it in my stash. I don't think I wanna use it for now, but I'll carry it in the stash. Just it's got lower percentage to block, and you know, blocking's kind of important.
Just a little bit, maybe.
Alright, okay. So
Yeah, we are
that's
going to
over
need to go
there.
back and sell stuff and.
Oh, yep.
Well,
There should be a teleport here somewhere, so hopefully we'll get there and in a fairly short amount of time. Shouldn't be too far away, I don't think. And then we can pop back and yep, just up here. Yeah, so we can pop through the teleport and sell things.
Going back to council chambers.
Yeah, all the way to because there's no other shops at the moment.
No. Who's sitting in there? Ah. Thought Hoth was lurking in there. Just for a momento. Worries for nothing. What am I doing? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yes.
Hi Persic, thank you for the follow. How did you happen to come by this? Are you a Last Epoch fan or just doing the random? Look, there's a weird person doing a weird thing. Oh wait, no, that's me. I do that all the time. What's the strangest thing I can find being streamed at the moment? And I will go watch it because, you know.
Why not?
That's fun. Exactly, why not? Got nothing better to do? Why
Mhm.
not? Do I want to keep you?
Damage over time, maybe. Fire damage we definitely want. Melee damage leached as health. Critical strike, health regen, or strength. Yeah, I think that's better actually than what we've got. Yes, it is. Let's get rid of this and go into that. Fire damage, that's really good to break down. Okay. Go get some runes of shattering.
Not you. Or you.
Follow your feet.
Okay, there we go. Very good. Yep, should be all good to go.
And back we go.
Yeah, and probably fairly soon we'll talk to you about the loot filter, and we'll start to develop that for you so that you're not seeing every single thing that drops.
I think the only time I really find that a problem is when we open up a chest and there's like maybe 1 or 2 gold, a ton of blue, and a ton of white. And it's just a bit more difficult to kind of figure out which ones I'm supposed to be looking at and which ones I'm not supposed to be looking at.
Yeah, well, what we'll do is,
What in the ass?
you died?
Died.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't ask me how. I don't know.
Maybe you were in an area for too long, in a purple area for too long.
I just stood in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll try and be a little bit more vigilant. I do have a heal as part of my smite,
Yeah, no,
so...
I've got Healy stuff. I don't know if I was actually paying full attention to where I was standing at the time, because there was
Okay.
just like these spiders everywhere that dropped on me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. I don't need to run away, and I probably should have.
You might, yeah. Okay. Well, I now have, a thing. Yeah, why is that not allowing me to get to you? That is very interesting. That should... 1 second. It says I can now lunge to allies. Why can't... Let me try this again. I definitely can't. That's not good. Because I can definitely lunge to enemies. It should give me the lunge to allies thing. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a lot more damage than I was.
Yes, you are.
I might have to go back and check. Because I know what I put on had higher armor.
Yeah, well,
But I'm
armor should make you
wondering-
more tanky,
Hmm.
not less tanky.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering what I've lost in doing that. I'm gonna do a quick backy back.
Alright, let me come on with you. These things, as we're learning the game, these things will happen.
Like me trying to figure out where I'm going. I don't know.
Yeah, you're doing good. Got the right spot.
Going the right way. That's always a bonus.
It may just be that these things have more void damage, and you might have either lost some void resistance or might not have had it,
Possibly.
and we weren't quite taking as much void damage before.
Oh, see, this is why I put in. Okay. Health regen is down 3.
It should be fine. Not.
Dodge rating is down. Oh, hang on. No, maybe not. Give me a sec. Dodge rating is down 22. Health regen is down 3. And then the gloves were elemental resistance.
Mhm.
Not heaps, but I'm going to go back and use those gloves again. I mean, there's 16 less armor.
But yeah, maybe it's the resistances just at the moment.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Okay.
Because things just went a little
Yeah.
crazy ass hoo ha. So I'm gonna leave that there. Alright. Someone followed me. Who followed me? Go to Den. Thank you very much for the follow.
Yeah.
Assuming it's the game.
People are
Like,
digging this
People
game.
don't follow me for me. They're following me for the game. That's my reason.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Jeez.
Absolutely. No, it's not because of me. I'm nothing special. I'm just a lunatic with a computer. Like,
Well, I like you. I like what you do. So,
I know a lot of people do. I know, but I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
No, you can't be everyone's cup of tea. Jeez. You don't want to
I
be
know-
everyone's cup of
I
tea.
know people who try to be everyone's cup of tea. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, they don't. Why are you not hitting that? Like, what is wrong with that? Click and add and thank you. Bleh. I'm not hitting any of them at the moment. All the pots have decided that the way.
Not all the pots are breakable, so.
Eh. They're just being annoying.
Certain pots are breakable. Who knows why or which or who, but only certain pots are breakable. I'll try
it's the
and
resistances. I'm not taking anywhere
taking
near
anywhere
as
much damage
now.
again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's something.
Yeah, it was the resistances.
You're also
Despite the fact
leeching from the elemental damage that you're doing as well.
Yeah. Which definitely would make a difference.
Yes.
It's just so strange. Like, the armor was such a big jump up that I would have expected that to cover basically anything that I would have lost in resistances. You know, because they can't hit me quite as hard if I've got much better armor.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah,
At least
armor's
that would
excellent.
be the
but-
idea.
No, armor's really good, but I think right now the
It's
resistance
clearly just not-
seems to be better just at the second.
It's just not doing what it needs to do.
Resistance bundled with the leech at least.
Mm.
Because yeah, for every little bit of lightning damage you do, you get that health back.
Yeah, which I suppose in overall terms makes a big difference. Why are you attacking me? I'm not the one doing all the damage.
Well, I can spin for a little bit longer now, so that's good. Oof. Took a lot of damage there. Alright, is there a mana node on this somewhere? Not that I can see. I'm just gonna have a quick look at something, and then I will be right with you.
That's all good.
I'm just seeing if there's a mana node on this. That's an out of mana cost. That adds mana cost, I don't want that. Not really. Okay, well. I guess I can either make my... because we probably don't need the extra damage right now, right? If I make my heal area better, or my healing... I can heal you for more? Do we like more, or do we like in a better area? As long as you're kind of near me. If I spin near you,
Yeah.
it'll be... Yeah, okay, let's go for more healing. Let's do that.
I mean, at the moment, my regen and my leech are kind of covering all eventualities anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have damage nodes for smite. Well, but I think maybe just making sure that we're all good first. Because I'm actually, yeah. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. There we go. Now on this map as well, we just need to head to the north first and pick up the
Oh, the questy quest.
quest thing.
Yeah.
All we have to do is go down to the bottom of this and it will give us a quest. There we go. Now we can go to the side. Looks like you're doing decent damage, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my damage numbers aren't so bad. It was just, yeah, when I changed and removed some of the resistances,
Mm-hmm.
the armor, the armor obviously didn't stack the way that I hoped it would.
It will later on. Once you've
Yeah.
got your resistances like sorted, the armor is definitely better later on because the resistances have diminishing returns after 75%. Well, they have like literally have nothing against except for against Pierce. But yeah, still capping them around 75 is what we want.
Stand down.
And just that one piece gives you like 13, which is for all of them,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. Looks like we're going down actually. Down and across. Sometimes the maps aren't exactly sensical, but we do what we can.
Stand down.
I might try and make my way to you a little bit more often and just sort of stay closer to you, just so that we're getting that. Because I mean the heals aren't proccing at the moment, but it'll mean that I can heal you. If you're too far away,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even be able to
It's
target
not
you.
gonna work.
Because my heal is actually a damage spell that I have to target on an enemy at the moment. I do get other heals later on, but for now,
This is just the one that you have.
yeah, I've only got the smite at the moment.
Yeah.
Looks like there's some summoners or something over here. I'll get lost.
Here you are.
Nice. Yeah, and so that's a lot better now for the cost. It's good.
What? Oh god.
Are you standing in something?
I was standing in a void pool and I didn't even notice.
Lessons learned, or not.
Yeah. Doing well.
It's okay. This is the type of thing that happens in a game like this.
Don't stand in the purple stuff.
Yeah, when you're coming back to me and it's not right at the portal, it's probably easiest to click on the teleporty on my portrait,
More than likely.
because otherwise you might come across some respawns.
Okay.
Yes, this game you really have to watch what you're standing in. It is
Where you're
definitely a
standing.
thing. Yes, it is definitely a thing.
Whose remains you're standing in would be an appropriate way to put it.
Much more than
The-
Diablo.
My
But it
problem
is
is
also
I'm-
clearer than Diablo, so...
My problem is I'm not looking at where I'm standing because I'm looking at where the enemy
Enemy
is.
is. Okay. I see.
Looking at them on the edge of the map and whatnot
Well,
instead of.
that may be a reason to consider changing up to something more melee later on if it's going to be a consistent problem.
No, I'll get my head around it.
Nice damage. Good job.
Pew pew.
Oh yeah, blister. Nice.
I forgot I had that. Did you give Bug my phone again? The phone you did in. Again. Hi, Bugaboo. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game. It's just different enough that I'm enjoying it. Mind you, the story is pretty interesting. It's just different enough that I've died a bunch of times and I actually don't hate it.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen too much. You are playing a squishier character, so
Yeah.
at least for now. Later on, once you've got your you can go and click on the question mark if you like.
Oh look, it did a thing.
It sure did. Now, what I find, I tend to teleport out and teleport in, but we're just gonna grind some XP. It'll be alright.
Might as well.
Ooh, bit of rubber banding.
Bugaboo apparently plays the sorcerer.
Nice. Do you have a go-to sorcerer thing? What do you like to do?
A sorcerer thing?
Like, or skill, or skill set, or keyword, or
I love the use of the word thing. It's a thing, and everyone will automatically understand exactly what you mean.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, universal terms.
thing is very universal. Yes.
What do you mean does not fit? Why does not fit? God dang it. Too much gold stuff. It won't fit.
Remember that you've got the transfer crafting items button.
Did that. Still not enough space.
Alright, well, we are heading back to the portal anyway.
That's okay. I don't need these other things. I will be fine without them.
And I do think that getting this loot filter for you is gonna be
A
important.
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly
Mainly
ice
ice
damage. Yeah, see that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean that gives you
Yeah.
you're slow as well.
Yeah,
You
freeze,
freeze.
chill,
So
ice.
it's a multi-skill, is ice.
Yeah, I like ice. Ice is good.
You're slow, which is always good for if you're not quite ready to take something on, you can run away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting a hardcore sorcerer here
Yeesh.
soon-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on also doing cold things and ward, just going a lot into ward. The loot filter is the best part. I agree, it is definitely one of the best parts. And I think it's probably time to teach the Lady Vengeance about it. Drac, I am doing good, thanks mate. I hope you're doing well too. And I hope I didn't sound like, you know, condemning or anything. I was just remarking that you had said that you were on your way home
And then obviously not.
which is cool. I'm glad that You got to have some
So-
time.
What is this ward thing?
Ward.
Yes.
All right, you're probably not going to get it on this character.
Not the point. It sounds like something I should probably learn about.
Okay, so Ward. Ward is a resource. If you have a look right on top of your health bar, there's like a hollow spot leading from the lady's hair over to where your potion is. There's a little hollow area.
Oh yeah, this one. This
Yeah.
little bar.
Yeah, so when you have Ward, that will fill up with a blue color,
Okay.
right? And what it is the more Ward you have, that's like an extra layer of health on top of your
Oh,
normal
okay.
health. And anything that attacks you, it attacks your Ward first until your Ward breaks, and then it goes into your health.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I was about to say exactly the same thing, Burgaboo. It's like a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
So is it one of those things where I'm probably not going to get it on this character because
I
of
highly
what the
doubt
character
it.
is?
I highly doubt it.
But it's mostly because of what the character is, being like the class,
The rogue, yeah, the rogue's not gonna get much ward.
Okay.
I don't think. There might be items that give it to you, but I haven't. Look, I haven't seen. Not to say that there won't be one, but I haven't really seen a ward
Yes.
rogue yet.
Sorry. Rogue's Leather Haberkov Remedy. Plus 41 ward gained on use with
Oh well,
shift.
there you go. See, you can do it.
Can do it, but it does remove my bleed on hit with shurikens, so the armor is pretty much doubled. So I didn't yawn. You did not see me yawn. You did not hear me yawn. I will not discuss this further.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna try it, but I'm gonna leave my
Yeah, like
currently
at the
on.
start also, ward is gonna feel like almost nothing at very small amounts. Like if it's like
Well, I
10
mean,
or 15 or something, it's gonna feel like nothing.
It's on use with shift.
Okay.
So I've got to use shift for it to even appear.
Yeah. And I agree with Burgaboo. It's probably not something that you worry about until a little bit later on.
Yeah, we'll try it out. It's all good. What's that? Ignite on hit instead of bleed on hit. Yeah. Chill on hit instead of bleed on hit. Hmm. Leave you over there just in case.
Okay. That's... No chance. Nope. Chance to ignite. Melee damage, void damage. Not really doing void damage. I should actually add an affix to this. That's okay. This
No,
can
that is
go.
absolutely the idea. Just try stuff out and see what feels good, what works. I mean, first character. Live that bow and arrow fantasy. That's basically me in any game that I can be a rogue or ranger type. I'm just gonna stand over here and shoot shit.
Alright, let's teach you about this loot filter.
Okay.
And then we'll get going.
Yeah, let me sell my stuff first.
What we should do is also decide what you're going to be focusing on. Are you going to be focusing on your lightning thing? What are the couple of things you're going to be focusing on?
It'll probably end up being a lightning cold. Because the
Lightning cold.
combination of the two usually works pretty well for most other games.
All right. Not sure how much you're going to get support for that out of your class, but we'll see how we go. All right.
I haven't done too badly so far.
All right. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to press Shift and F at the same time.
Okay.
And it will bring up this thing, and you can click the close at the top or understand or whatever. Just cancel that for a second. We want to get rid of that. All right. Now I'm going to have to make your... There we go. Okay, so we're going to press on the plus button up the top, the green plus button.
Okay.
All right, we're going to create new filter.
Oh, am I going to have to do this for every little...
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be all right. It'll be okay.
I'm not worried. I'm just... That just looks exhausting.
Yeah. I'll step you through it, and we'll do a very simple one to get you started, okay? We're just going to do very simple. You're going to just call it Rogue at the moment. And then we're just going to confirm it. We're not going to worry about anything else.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to add a rule, which is the green little bar up there.
Yep. Sorry, I was reading the inventory management.
It's okay. We're going to change visibility to hide. So you click on show, and then you're changing it to hide. We're going to press on the plus add condition button over there. The add condition plus button. All right, and with the drop down that's come up, you put rarity.
And then...
Hang on. Then the other drop down, you're going to put normal and magic in there.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it. And then you're going to add down the bottom.
Okie dokie.
All right. So what this is going to do is it's going to hide all white and all blue items. All right. And we're going to do is we're going to just do one more filter. Okay. It's going to be easy. Okay. So we're going to add another rule. We're going to change, so show is right, and what we're going to do is we're going to tick emphasize. So show is correct, emphasize is just below there, and it'll tick. All right, then you're going to add condition. And we're going to change that, and we're going to change it to affix.
Okie dokie.
It's the top one. All right. And then you're going to click over there where it says none, and we're just going to select a couple from this list. It's going to be a little imposing, but don't worry too much right now, okay? What you want to do is click on bow and just click all of the bow ones.
Really? All of them?
Yeah.
Not just the ones I want.
Well, you can go into just the ones you want as well. Yeah, it's fine. Like, you do what you want. What I would suggest is let's get away from bow damage. Attack speed is brilliant. You want that. So bow cold, bow lightning, and bow attack. Let's start with that. That's good.
Cool.
Yep. We're going to click on damage type, which is below there.
Yep.
And we're going to say cold and lightning.
Do we want cold penetration and lightning penetration as well as damage?
No, not at the moment. So I reckon that's probably fine for now. Okay.
All right.
We can do more with this later on. Probably people in the chat will have a conundrum, but I don't want to overwhelm you. All right.
We're gonna give them apoplexies, are we?
Yeah.
Did,
So just press confirm. So what this is gonna
Okay.
do once you've
is it's
confirmed
going to
it, and
emphasize
add.
those specific. So it's basically just going to emphasize specifically those items that have those particular features.
Right, it'll capitalize them. Okay, and
Okay.
so anytime you see capitalized items drop, even if they're blue, right? You
Yep.
you see how we're saying we're going to hide all blue.
Mhm.
This, because it's above the hide, it is higher priority. So anything that
Okay.
has any of those affixes, even if it's blue, will come up
It's
as
still going to show up.
with the capitalized things, and
Okay.
you'll be able to pick it up. And what you're going to be doing with those is either replacing your current equipment if they're better, or breaking those affixes down so that you can use them later in your crafting.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Apparently, you are a smarty trousers. I agree.
Smarty
100%.
trousers.
A smarty trousers. And learning is fun. Learning is a lot of fun.
All right.
Life would be better. Just you don't sound convinced.
Hey, Burgaboo. Good to see you.
I swear I'm not saying that learning is fun just because I used to teach people. Like that's absolutely not where I'm coming from. But learning is fun. I swear.
Yeah. So as you get to know the game, you'll figure out which affixes you really like, and you'll be
Yeah.
able to modify these by adding or removing or whatever you want. And you've seen how we've done it. It's just going
Yep.
through the list and ticking things or unticking things.
Spending some time actually figuring out which bits of what I want to put where.
My filter is not that specific, so I learnt something. Well, there you go. I'm glad you learnt something. I hope that that's helpful for you. And
Always fun.
as you play, you'll learn what affixes are better, more desirable.
Better is a very subjective.
Well, more desirable. Okay.
And more desirable is a much more objective. I appreciate that change.
I corrected myself immediately.
That's very good. Are we just heading straight back to the Lotus Halls? Or we?
Yeah, when you're ready to do so. We've done the
Let's
thing
go.
to help you not have to pick up absolutely everything that drops.
I don't pick up everything. I actually walk away from quite a bit.
Yeah, but it'll mean it's not showing, so it'll be.
Yeah. That's okay. It'll help with me figuring out which items have what I need for what I want to do.
Exactly. When they're capitalized, it'll be something that you
Bonus.
can use. Alright, very good. We're
Otherwise,
going
I'm
to
just
this side now.
pick up everything because it can be sold.
Yeah, the selling value of items in this game is very low.
I know, but every little bit counts.
It feels that way when you're getting started. Once you've sort of done the story and you seem to like get way more gold, and then you're like, oh okay. I now have more than I need, so I'm okay. But as you're leveling up,
Yeah, this is me. I open every chest. I don't care.
maybe we can
Open-
change the song
o-
"Climb Every Mountain" to "Open Every Chest."
Do you remember what it was like watching me play through D2?
I look.
Fuck that bit of pottery.
Is your person a paladin? My person is a
Pottery.
sentinel, but yes, I will be going into paladin. Sentinel is the base class, and then paladin is the specialization of the base class.
So fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Anna-
doing paladin for Healy things.
Can you see my screen at the moment?
It's kind of covered. Yeah, I can.
What in the butt?
Let's see. See what it says. Yeah, it's because like this game is in early access, so nothing's. We're gonna have imperfection, okay?
It's not imperfection. That's like someone tried to summon a demon in my items.
I'm sorry, okay? We'll put in feedback if you like.
No, we don't have to.
Most of the time, it will be good. Alright. Be fine.
I know. I just found it amusing. My amusement is basically all I have going for me these days. No, that's a lie. I lied. Ooh. There we go. That apparently has a
Where are
thing
we
with a thing
going?
with the stuff.
How do we get where we're going? Looks like we have to go down and then up. Yes.
Let's not go that way.
where the scary monsters are.
Exactly. I'm running away.
From the troubles in my life.
Accurate.
I know.
Because apparently void demons are the troubles in my life.
Absolutely they are. At least your life of this game. You hear that, Drac? You're a void demon now. No.
Pretty sure he's busy playing COD.
That's okay.
Ah, bless me.
Yes, bless you.
Sorry. Like when I said I'm sick, I really truly mean I have been sneezing like a mofo. It's mad. Like I'll go out in the cold air, anywhere where there's a cold breeze, and I'm one of those crazy ass people who likes to leave a door or a window open at night to let the breeze in. Anytime it gets too cold, I start sneezing. And it'll be like 3 or 4 of them in a row. Just going and going and going.
We're just gonna walk back to you.
Yeah, I wasn't going to run up to where you were. Not yet, anyway.
Alright, we're not gonna put this in just yet. Okay. Ooh, nice.
Your fire stacks are still coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And it will scale a little bit off attack speed too. So the more attack speed I have, the more stacks I can put up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you running to, bitch? Oh wait, no, that's yours.
Well, it's owls, yes. You're like, come on, bitch. You look
Wait,
like the
come here,
enemy.
let me-
You deserve
me
to
shoot you.
die.
What are you doing? Get back here.
Alright, we gotta figure out which way we're going. Looks
Forward.
like the other way. Yes, it is the other way. This way.
That's okay. Going up there was good anyway because I did get a an item that was in all caps.
Nice. That's
So-
what you want.
Magic even. No, not magic. Whatever the next one is. I know what I mean.
You can click on that thing if you like.
The shards of epoch are calling you to this statue, but nothing is here. The shards will guide my way.
And the
Trust
other,
in
and
the
the other one.
This takes us back to the ruined temple.
Sure does. Because you've picked it up now. And we're gonna go back. and we're going to be putting these gems into the activator so that we can get the bridge.
Mm.
Kind of like in Diablo 3, when you have to, as a Nephilim, go and get the key pieces and the 2 key
Yeah.
pieces, and yeah, and I think it's south.
Well, it looks like it.
Wait for you. How long have you been playing Last Epoch, Burger? Or rather, you know, what sort of level are you up to? Oh, I've got a fire resistant shard I need to pick up. There we go.
Meow.
I don't expect you to know exactly how many hours you have or any of those sorts of things, but just an approximate.
Ah.
6 weeks or so. Okay.
I mean, Steam does give you hours specifically if you get it through.
It does, but often as well, like,
It
if you're
counts
anything
your
like
idle
me,
time.
yeah.
How do you think I got more than 300 hours in Terraria? No,
83
I
hours?
lie.
That's pretty good. 83 hours.
More than 300 hours.
Oof.
Yeah.
So we're just
And only
clicking on the
about-
shiny things.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what am I even doing here? I don't know. What do? Yeah, no, about
Level 83.
20 hours of that.
Oof. 83 is a good level. Very good level.
Oh yeah, only about 25 hours of that is actually idle time because clearly I used to have no life. Oh wait.
Yes, indeed. Stop whispering. So probably 60 hours in and 83. So that means you've finished the campaign at least once. And we'll go to the right. So that's a really good effort, getting through the campaign. Some of those bosses can be pretty nasty. I had the most trouble with a particular boss, which I won't spoil for the Lady Vengeance. Because this is her first time playing. I mean, she's done a little bit outside of this, but mostly this is your
Not
first
much.
experience. Yeah, just to test and try. Do you have other characters? I do have other characters. Not many yet. But I've played enough now that I feel confident to start to experiment in hardcore mode.
See, I could never do that.
Yeah, but the hardcore mode of this is really good because even if you do die, your character is fine. You just go to softcore instead, so it's not the end of the world.
Oh, yeah, I know, and I know you've mentioned that before. I just not comfortable with the idea of doing it.
Well,
Personally.
and nor do I expect you to do it. It's purely
It's
something I want to
not a me
try. But
thing.
yeah, no, it's okay. You know, I get it. Normally I wouldn't be either, but I've been really enjoying this game, so I thought I'll.
I've noticed. I have very much noticed.
So doing the echoes and monoliths, excellent. My friend is level 92. Awesome. You playing it together?
Too heavy. Too heavy.
Gosh darn it. Let me pick that up. Thank you.
Alright. Well, I think we're gonna start to go into this now. I think it's a good time to do that. Alright.
I think we're gonna have to do a run back again soon.
Yeah. That's fine.
Too heavy.
And we've got affix shards over here. We definitely want those.
Too heavy.
I can't pick any of that up.
So we might have to hide yellow items as well. We play together when we need to help slay a boss. Yeah, cool. Started a level 11 Primalist a couple of days ago. Primalist is really interesting. It's kind of I find it a little bit harder to level up, but gosh, the potential that they have is is real. Alright, so before we go through this one, we want to use our portals.
Look, I remembered how to do it.
Very nice. And I'm going to be adding yellow items to my filter because I'm getting too many of them.
Really? It didn't... Oh, fine. I'll do it that way.
So I'll do that first. We will go into this one and we'll add rare and we'll update that.
Yes.
Okay, that's two-handed. Oh, that's pretty good. Spell damage, melee damage. Chance to chill. You are doing chill, right? Yes. What is your quiver at the moment?
Light Quiver of Wounds, so there's no chill on it, but I know I've got some... What's that? Chance to slow on hit. Increased attack bow speed. I can get a chance to chill on hit on my bow, which I might do because that's a better bow.
Okay. Can you mouse over your quiver for me? Just so that I can see what it does. Lightning damage, chance to bleed on hit, and increased...
Yeah, I will get to it. I will get there. That's like, I
increased
usually
damage
clear
every
out
time.
the inventory first and then go and do my level ups.
Low bleed on hit. Alright. I'll send you, once you've emptied your inventory a bit, I'll send you a piece and you can decide whether it's something that you might like.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, okay, so we can get rid of this and replace it with this. Nice. this is pretty good. Might experiment with that one. Get rid of that. Sure.
Okay, so it's basically just swapping out the bleed for chill. Lose a little bit of bow lightning, a little bit of bow attack speed.
So yeah,
But
you're getting a little bit of attacks. So you're getting less attack speed by 2%, but you're getting chill instead of bleed. And what
me.
it's up to you.
I mean, it lines things up a lot better than what they were, because I was just using what the best I had was.
Yeah.
No, don't need that.
Health on melee hit. Increase fire damage. This is gonna be. I think this is. I'm gonna lose a lot of damage if I do this. Let's see, 859. I lose about 60 damage per second. Because of the increased fire damage. But I get 4.1% of the damage leech. And I can ignite more, and I deal more damage over time. I think this is better.
Deciding what to keep and what to throw out or salvage is always fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's go with fun.
Fun, yeah.
Honestly, does my head in a little bit, especially when you get items that, like, they both do similar but not quite the same things.
Your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we're spending too much time on it. We can move on soon.
No, we can't.
Yes, we can.
I will move on when I'm damn good and ready. And not before. No. I will spend as much time as I need doing what I need to do to be able to say I can say that I absolutely, most definitely have an understanding of what I'm doing and not just randomly clicking buttons, which is always an option for me. Random button clicks are fun. Okay. I am, as they say, the good.
Okay, I'll pop up a portal. Hopefully that'll appear over there for you. If not, just portal to my portrait. It did not by the looks.
No.
Okay.
That's all good. That's all good. This is one of the portals that I know works, so.
Alright.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Alrighty. Now we can click on this thing. Go to the end of ruin.
Yeah, right.
Sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds perfect. Sounds like just the sort of place we want to be.
whispered to,
All right, stay out of things. There will also be
Yes, Mom.
little creatures that pop up that shoot out a purple beam. They are your kill priority, or our kill priority, because the more of them there are, the harder it is to dodge that. Well, he's gonna die very quickly by the looks. Look at all those stacks of different things. Lightning, poison, frickin' cold, fire, bleed. I love it. It's great. Yep, stay out of the wedge. Oops. He is gonna be dead very soon. Nice. Well done. Oh. That was a terrible drop. Okay.
Yep. In the ruins, even as the void draws closer, the two shards in your possession resonate with power. Okay. Are we reaching out to the shard?
Sure are.
Because, touching the strange unknown thing in the middle of the strange unknown land, absolutely the way to go.
We are strangers in a strange land.
I was gonna go with the classic box of pain from June, but that works too.
I mean, I doubt many people would know that song, but not yours, the one I was singing. I doubt many people would know that, but no, it's possible.
Nah. I'm just thinking pain is the mind killer. Mm.
Yes, I was thinking something completely different. You feel free to go chat to the person with
I
the big
am.
question mark.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Epoch. Okay. So the timeline got shattered,
Yeah.
apparently.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds like just the sort of thing we want to happen.
A dangerous hobby? No. Jumping around timelines is fun.
What are you talking about? Dangerous. I
No,
laugh in the face of danger. Ha ha ha. That never went wrong for anyone before.
Nope. Never once.
Alrighty, and then if you follow I
Let's go find
and go
someone else
up here,
to talk to.
this strange ramp with the beautiful black hole down there.
Because that's not disconcerting at all.
No.
Totally
it'll-
normal.
Perfectly fine. Now, when you talk to this person, after they go through their thing, he is
Yep.
going to give you a choice.
Oh, God.
And that
Yep.
choice is irrevocable, irreversible. It will make you choose a specialization for your class. And because you have
Oh,
been
God
doing
damn it.
ranged things, you want to make
Yes.
sure that you click on marksman. Okay? Marksman.
Okay.
Not the thing that doesn't say marksman. You want marksman. Okay? Go ahead.
All right, Mum. Blah, blah, blah. Potential is infinite, infinite strength. Drowning at sea. Alternate versions.
Really, really, yeah. This story sounds interesting. Yep. Done. Okay.
I am actually reading it.
Good.
I just trying not to expend more energy than I have to.
That's okay. I'm having a go.
Especially with all the especially with all the yawning and whatnot.
Yeah, all good.
Your original self has lost meaning. So who are you? Oh, wait. See what I mean? Like brain things. Brain things make me tired at the moment. It's weird.
I
Not
get you.
normal.
I get you. I understand.
Become adept at guarding the shadows.
If it helps, I can like read it for you. But
No, it's okay. I'd read it anyway. I'd read along, which is just as bad. So
can-
basically,
Mhm.
I have to choose my. You said Blade Dancer, right?
If you choose Blade Dancer, then we're gonna have to level all over again to do the thing you want to do, which is shooting bow and arrow. It's the whole reason you made this class. Damn it! Oh.
Sorry. Ahem. I am gonna have to go blow my nose for a second. All this laughing is
Go
making my
ahead.
nose run.
Go. Feel free.
Uh,
All right.
it's all good. I'm good.
You've woken
Now
my
let me
sick
make my
your
choice too.
tongue-tied.
You do your thing. All right,
I'm gonna be choosing this one.
Focus on the potential
turn off my camera just for a second.
Sure.
as I guide the shades to you.
Okay. Now, instead of this one, we're gonna choose this one. And then we're gonna click on P for passive, and we're gonna go over to Paladin. And then we're gonna go up into some block effectiveness, but mostly into elemental resistance. We've got 1 point in each of those, so that's fine. When you block, you cast Holy Symbol on yourself. Holy Symbol also heals in an area. So this doesn't help me just yet. Health, increased healing effectiveness. Increases the restoring by healing skills only. Okay, so...
Okay, I think
this
I'm good.
will be good. Yeah? Yeah? You think he's good?
Yeah. Feeling less stuffy, which is always a bonus.
Wonderful. Okay. So, I now have some healery things.
Yay!
We have a passive aura. So we both now do 30% extra increased damage and 15% elemental resistance. So this is just passive by being in the aura. It is an aura, so it's not like screens away. We have to be somewhat close, but okay. Then we can read the rest of his
I see
thingy.
that
He's
you
saying
are
that
still you.
that
That strength will be necessary if I believe.
We're still here.
yeah. So he's asking us what do we need to do? We need to go to the Immortal Empire.
But their dark magic
And it tells us a little bit about what was happening there.
Believe that it was his greed.
And the greed of the old guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The epoch will guide
It's not just a regular greed, though. Greed for power is very specific.
the living rebels and
Yes,
show
it
her
is.
the epoch.
The epoch will guide your way.
Yes.
Outcast Queen, leader of the living rebels. Okie dokie.
Alright, so we can step through the scary portal. And this will now give us another spot to return to for selling things and storing things and stuff like that. I tend to go back to the end of time anyway, myself personally, but you know, I'm a bit strange, so. We can't do any attacks or anything in here because this is a peaceful settlement.
Okay. So that just means that we're not going to get attacked either, right?
More McJoans. Thank you for the first time chat. The portal looks great though. It does. It's very pretty. It's very enticing.
It's to draw you in. It is absolutely there to draw you in.
Now, do you want to talk to these people and know and find out things, or are you just not? You passed it.
I am arguing with my inventory.
Aha.
It's okay. There we go. I'll talk to them because if they give me stuff, imbue yourself with some shards. Yeah, okay, I can do that. There we go. Outcast Queen. If you mean to join in the rebellion, you're in good company. If not, you've made a poor choice coming here. All right, bye.
We'll just go away then.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you like the way that this game looks? All of the graphics are pretty damn good. Pretty damn
They
nice.
are. It's a disgustingly pretty game, and I'm sure I said that last week.
Probably.
Disgustingly pretty. Are we here to stop the Immortal Emperor, or are we here to save Atera, or like?
Well,
I mean,
technically,
in doing one, we do the other.
Yeah. You can say either one. It doesn't really change anything, I don't think. I don't think these things are...
We're here to help. Assuming we trust you, if you get that epoch close to the Emperor, we might be able to use his power against him. Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
Secret entrance for his base, but he's being captured. They're transporting him west. Let's go!
Let's go. So we've got to stop by the forge and just click on it, and that's all we need to do. And there's another little quest down here too.
Well, that's something else that I do need to be taught, I suppose, is the forge stuff, because we haven't done that yet.
All right, yeah, we can have a quick look at that.
I mean, now that we've covered the filter, the loot filter, and we've covered the...
Yeah, most of the basics of the game are down, so we will look at the forging next, and that will pretty much be most of it, I think.
The Imperial had the keys to the Great College. He used them to infiltrate the place and stop whatever they're doing. You're not the only person wanting to go. Okay, let's see what we can do about destroying some shit. Alright. So I get the basic idea of the forge. Like, I'm not actually going to do it, but you put your bit of gear in.
Yeah.
You choose your whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what we can actually do is on the right-hand side of this item, you'll see chance to chill on hit over there, and you'll see an uppy
Yep.
arrow next to it.
Yes.
So you can click on that uppy arrow.
Oh, and it autofills. If I change the glyph that I've got in there, does that then
I
change
would clear
how
the
it
glyph.
works?
Clear the glyph away. You don't want the
Okay.
glyph. So in order to do that, you might have to drag the there you go.
Yeah.
Clear. Yeah. So, and what we're going to do is we're just going to upgrade. We're just going to do this once, okay? We're going to
Okay.
upgrade the affix. So, as you can see, it costs 1 to 12 forging potential, and you have 17. It cost 4 this time. And that now, if you have a look at your bow, if you mouse over your bow now, your chance to chill has increased from whatever it was to 28%.
24.
Yeah,
It's
so it's
24%.
gone up a little bit.
Okay.
So
So is it worth doing that sort of thing more than once?
it can be. It really depends on what
What you've
you're
got?
doing with everything else. Yeah. So
Okay.
not for now. We don't want to do that for now.
No, but like it's just your future knowledge.
yeah. Once we solidify and settle on exactly what you're going to be doing, then we can really start to nail that down. So you can drag it back to your character so that you don't forget it, because that would be bad.
It doesn't auto return.
Yeah. So that's upgrading. There's also shattering items, which we're definitely not going to do now. But that removes.
Thank you for the follow, Burger.
That removes affixes from items, and so that you can store those affixes to upgrade other items. So you're removing things from things that are not upgrades but have affixes that you like.
Yeah.
And then you're upgrading affixes on items that are better, and making it better and better and better up to a certain point, until it sort of caps out, either for potential or for the maximum amount you can do. I think it goes up to tier 5 or something like that, tier 5 or 6, that you can upgrade things to.
Nice.
Right. Very good. All right.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, hello. Thank you, Burgaboo, for following the channel. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here for both of us. It's wonderful. Healing amount.
Appropriate channel point redeems.
Yeah. You now heal allies. The amount of healing is... do we want to go this way first? We want more smite chance. But do we want that sooner, or do we want healing rush? I might wait, because I need to see, because it wasn't working before, the going to allies, and I'm a bit scared that
Might be a bit broken.
it could be, yeah. In which case I definitely will put in a ticket, because if it's not working the way it should.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to the outskirts.
We sure are. We've got travel west to Wellrin, and we've got gain entry to the Great College in Wellrin.
Okie dokie.
The classic things from things. The forge system is actually great, though. Yes. It is really cool. It is a bit to consider when you're just starting the game. That's why I thought I'll wait for a bit.
Wait until I got my head around what I was
some of the
actually
other
gonna do with
stuff.
my
Yeah,
character
exactly.
before.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty much settled. Like, I will probably try to half and half the lightning and the cold.
Okay.
Emphasis probably on lightning, just because it's one of the ones that doesn't get too much attention generally across games.
Okay. Well, this game
So-
definitely has lightning on chakrams. It's actually a real thing.
It's not an addendum to your abilities.
As long as you put points into it, yes. And we're gonna need to have a look at that when we
Shoot all the barrels. I can't help it.
So now
I am that party member in every game.
now you'll see that beneath you there's that little golden circle
Yep.
that says that you're close enough to me to be getting all of those bonuses that I was talking to you about.
Okay, so it's quite a decent distance. Because I'm still getting it all the way over here.
Yep, so it's pretty good. So you'll
So
be
you're
doing
able- you're
more
able to move.
damage.
A significant amount
Yeah,
before I start to lose it.
which
Does
is
it-
good.
I'm wondering if the further you get away, does it fade off?
No,
As like a
no, as
warning,
long
or
as you're in
disappear?
the area, as long as you got it, then you've got it.
So it's not something that you get warning you're moving out of the area sort of thing.
No, it'll just disappear from your character, and then you'll be like, oh well, yeah, I probably shouldn't be
whoops.
this far away, you know,
I really shouldn't run off into the big dark woods.
because you've got 15% extra elemental resistance while being in it,
Bonus.
which is huge, and 30% extra damage for all of your
Yeah.
damaging abilities, for all of your sources,
Okay.
which
So
is
definitely worth
kind of
staying close enough.
ridiculous. Yeah,
But also really rather cool
it is very
and
cool.
useful.
Yeah. I wanted to do more supporty things, but I also was like, well, spinny fire. Spinny fire?
Spinny fire good. Burn
Yeah.
world to smithereens. No, I'm 100% on board with the idea that the world needs to burn.
I figured you would be.
You know this.
I do, yeah.
You know, awesome. Always
Arson
would
is
be
great.
awesome. I have noticed monster hit bars tend to stay up. And I'm assuming that's just a coding.
I think it's a
thing?
glitch.
I mean, it's a small insignificant one,
Right.
but it is something that I did notice. So it's like it's just.
I'm pretty sure that they know about that. So I don't think that that's
More than likely.
Don't think that that's reportable. I'm pretty sure that that's just known.
there, just disappeared and reappeared and teleported itself. How rude!
And let's see if I can zip to you. I definitely cannot. So that is definitely something I need to report.
That's a ticketable item.
It sure is. Because yeah, now I cannot like rush to
I
you
mean-
to heal you, and that's kind of
Given that the game is still in early access,
yeah. Like I'm not upset about it. I just
Oh,
they
no.
they should know that it's not working as
Definitely.
intended. And like the amount of things that are working are significant. So.
yes.
I'm very happy with the state of the game
I
as a
mean-
whole.
For something in early access, it is extremely smooth.
Yes, absolutely, I would agree. Yes,
Oh,
now
don't
that
run into the
fire
fire.
is bad. Yep.
Don't run into that fire. Don't run into that fire.
Doo-doo-doo. Okay, we're gonna have to
Interesting
stop for a
ballistic.
minute.
Placement right there.
Yeah, right in his face. I like it. I like it.
I have upped the longevity and speed of the ballista quite a bit.
Okay.
So hopefully that means that, when we do come across the bigger bosses, it's going to be easier to kind of divert from people hitting me so much.
Yeah, I'm hoping that
It-
my presence going forward does that, but also, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Like
but having the ballista there is kind of like
another buffer. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. I like.
Not to say you can't do the work, but
No.
help is not always help is always a nice thing.
Yeah, and sometimes we are sort of split apart.
Yeah.
Things aren't always conveniently in a line.
No. Oh, level 27.
Now, when you do level up,
Yeah.
you now have your marksman available. So
I do. Yeah, because I'm starting to kind of go look at the options on the rogue ones and just sort of go, I'm not really into any of these.
yeah, no. So now you will want to go down into your marksman tree.
Yep.
And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that will.
Health, dodge, critical strike. Well, I reckon it's worth going into the health stuff to begin with.
Sure, that's fine.
Just as a start. I mean, to
Yep.
me, it makes sense to buff the health to kind of help deal with me getting stuck in stupid places like I tend to do. What have we got? Yeah, and my lethal cadence is popping up now as well. I don't remember that popping up before. Azrael, don't. No, we're not going to be sitting on the desk today. Move along. Thank you.
You've got a hydrate.
Do I?
Yeah.
With or without water?
It's just a
No,
hydrate.
it's a regular hydrate. Grab the game.
I am gonna go grab a hydrate too, because I've just run out.
Uh-oh.
So, grab that. And I might be naughty. And have some snackies.
Snackies are good. Don't diss the snackies. Snackies are always appreciated. And a posture check? Really? Do you not have... I should not have said a thing.
Okay. Possibly should not do this in the middle of an active map, but oh well, you know.
Oh, we're good. We're just standing there chilling.
So I'm doing abomination
Really?
things
Oh.
with my snackies. Would you like to know about
Define-
my abomination things?
I would love to know about your snacky abominations.
All right, so okay, brace yourself, everybody. This might be, I'm warning you. I'm warning you.
I've had 2 kids. There's not much that grosses me out.
Okay. So this is the thing. Okay, we have
Just want snackies.
very high proof, like above 70% cocoa dark chocolate.
Oh, nice.
And we have white. Now these two things, we're
Should
joining them
definitely be
together.
put together.
We're joining
No,
them
no,
together.
Absolutely, definitely should be put together. Yep. No, Jack approves. Definitely approves.
Mhm.
I have a block of. Aldi has like half blocks of Caramilk and Old Gold rum and raisin at the moment for like $2. That's like my absolute favorite chocolate of all time is the rum and raisin, which is I think it's 60% cocoa. Maybe I'll have to go check, but I know it's proper dark chocolate. with sultanas in it because clearly I'm a heathen.
So that's my abomination.
Nah. I think that is a perfectly well-rounded and acceptable abomination, honestly.
Well,
Yeah. Why have one chocolate when you can have two?
damn right. Yeah.
I have no problem with that whatsoever. The people who put peanut butter and jam together, though, ew.
Americans.
Bug keeps asking for it. The accommodation that we have come to is that I will put it on two different pieces of bread, but I am not putting it together.
Fair enough. I'm here for the snakes, says Drac.
He's probably meant snacks.
Is that a bait?
Snacks?
Okay. Snacks.
Peanut butter and Vegemite is fine. Peanut butter and carrot, peanut butter and sultanas, yes, absolutely. Peanut butter and jam, definitely not. No, thank you. Cannot
I
do.
think we also want to do... I'm going to have to be careful because 9... So I'm going to need...
Ooh.
I'm going to need all these points in here.
I'm gonna swap you. That was nice. Found an idol with bow physical damage for the ballista. And
Bow
increased
physical
critical strike
damage. Okay,
for
well...
ballista. So
I'm here for that. What, ladies? That's fine. Like, I get it now. So you're here for the snacks.
definitely here for the snacks. What's most likely happened is he hasn't typed CK and it's auto-corrected itself to add an E on the end.
That's okay. We understand.
I do appreciate that when I shoot my bow up and down stairs,
It actually
It
goes
goes
up
where
and
I
down
want it to.
stairs.
it does. I don't know if you've noticed, but in Diablo, it doesn't do it all that often, or you've got to be standing in a particular spot.
I'll let you.
Gods be with you.
You saved me. If only you'd been here sooner. Yep. Okay.
Or
sorry.
Drac is just stupid and typing on laptop, and it don't speak Joshish. I don't think you're
Yeah.
stupid.
See, you're not stupid. I keep telling him he's not stupid, but he doesn't believe me. Alric is an idiot, apparently. And they've taken him away for interrogation or worse. Okay, where would they take him? The magic in the ring is linked to him. Okay. Risen Lake. I joined to offer, but I don't think I can. No, that's fine. We'll get him. That's what we're here for. Go west. Life is definitely not peaceful there. Sorry. I should stop amusing myself. Okay.
Oh my.
We need to go west.
Yes, but first we need to go up to the blue
the
quest.
The question mark,
Yeah.
which is kind of up and over this way. Oh, a chest.
Well done. Thank you for the biddies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that many.
How many did
10.
he give you?
It says so in my thing. Yes, 10. Thank you very much, Drac. I appreciate you.
Thank you for the biddies that you know I didn't want, but definitely appreciate.
Not that I don't want them. I just want you to be responsible and not find that you're in a bad place
Apparently,
because
he has 40.
Okay, well that's...
So that's 20 gone. He's halfway done.
Then thank you for choosing me. I appreciate it.
I always appreciate. Nope. Now he's got 10 left. Unless he's given you the last 10, which is entirely possible.
One of these days, I probably should, put a custom. Thank you for the 10 bits, Drac. 20 bits now. I appreciate you.
Yay, biddies!
You've given a lot over the last while.
He's laughing about something. Yeah, see, like my biddy sound is Kermit the Frog. Going, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to change my my sound alerts here.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure if my notification video shows up anymore either. Because I did have a little Kermit the Frog montage of him going yay and all the different yays, but I think I might have messed it up when I changed things.
Hang on, you said you only had 40. Okay, I'm. Thank you. Jeez. Please don't go broke. Please.
He's
Oh,
terrible.
no lady
Worst
said
thing
I
is
had
he goes
40.
broke and he's stuck here for longer.
Oh boy.
Don't bother me.
You've given me nearly 600 bits in the last week. That's insane.
I am scared to look at mine. I've stopped looking at who's given me how much because it's scary. Like, it's honestly scary at how much people have just sort of gone, here, have all of this.
Look, if people have the
And just
money
chuck
and
it
if
away.
people like the content enough that it's
Oh,
worth
definitely.
it for them, then by all means, I'm very happy to receive it. But
Oh,
just
for
wanna.
sure. But like, don't make yourself broke.
I'm sure that there are other good streamers out there in the end as well.
There are some very good streamers. Who's there? Don't come in, or else. Or else what? Only Imperial officers allowed in, so unless you show me your badge, scram. Alright, bye.
Yeah, and now I think.
Does it do again? Can I go back and annoy him?
Well, what
No.
we do is we now going to open our map, which is M for map. We're going to go to the ruined era, 1290, and we're going to go to the ruins of Welryn waypoint in the ruined era.
Okay. So basically, we're going to the same place in a different time. Sort of.
Yes, we're going to the future when all of these people will be dead, so we can loot their corpses and grab the thing that they want.
I can't get to the waypoint for the ruins of Welryn.
Okay.
It's locked.
All right.
Undercity
well, you can
and the cultist camp are open.
teleport to me. Then.
That sounds like a fine idea. I like that.
Drac says, I enjoy the content you put out. I've not spent any money tonight. Was bits I loaded weeks ago. You're a great person, great content, and just showing the love is all. Thank you so much.
You are a great person.
You think?
Yeah.
I
put
try
up with
hard.
my stupid ass twice a week.
No, I look.
Dumb jokes.
Thank you for saying that. I'm glad. That's wonderful and very humbling. Thank you. We try our best in
always
life.
be shown. Being a good person is easy. Honestly, a lot of people just forget to put in the effort. I'm not even getting a chance to hit most of
Sorry. Well, we're in a low level area. We're in a low level area. So this is a very low level area. We're going through the low level to get to the thing, to get to the quest, to get to the.
So the story is designed to make you go back in time. Oh, sorry, no, technically forward in time to a lower level area just to get into a place to complete a quest that you've picked up in a later era.
what it's teaching us is
Is the
that
time is
yeah.
time is timey-wimey?
Yes, yes. And apparently, I haven't seen this for myself, but apparently some of the dungeons you get to like jump around in time to get past obstacles and stuff and things,
Ooh,
which sounds
Sexy.
interesting.
it does. Maybe a little headache inducing this early in the story, but definitely sounds like an
Well, that's
interesting game feature, if nothing else.
yeah, that's dungeons. We're not we're not gonna be up to dungeons for a very long time yet.
Oh, no.
So.
But like the idea in itself is definitely interesting.
It is. It's that's how they've decided to do it, and cool. We're here
Nice,
for
that's
it.
what sets them apart. The remains of an imperial officer in
Pressurizing. Yep.
surprisingly good condition. Yeah, I can read.
Cool. Good to know.
I English good.
Excellent.
One of his hands still clutches what appears to be some sort of crest. I'm assuming that is the badge.
Yep. And now that we've been here, we can press
We can
M for
go
map, go back to the
back.
Imperial era, and back to Imperial Welrin.
Let's go.
Let's go. I mean,
That's one that actually lets me move.
was putting up with my dumb ass when was playing Diablo. You were great.
Yep. See? Told you weren't dumb. No, told you weren't dumb. He still doesn't believe me. Alright. Fight our way through to the door again.
Oops.
I do love my sounds. Thank you for more biddies.
We're starting to find
Now he's out. Apparently now he's out.
14 bits. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah, watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
Had to do it in 10 bitty increments because why not? Couldn't just unload them all at the same time.
Or die.
True. But where's the fun in that? Unloading
I
it
wish
all
I
at
could
once.
target you with that, but I cannot.
The great collage.
Thank you for all of those wonderful bits. I will
Definitely.
put them to good use. I'm hoping to upgrade my setup eventually, but we'll see.
More hats.
Other more important things like putting food on the table.
No, more hats. More hats. Is
More hats? Yeah.
More hats.
Look,
I can donate some handmade ones if you'd like.
I'll wear them.
Let's see. I don't know what your plan is, but you're not getting in. My crest here says otherwise. The seal binding the door field.
Don't spend them all at once. Yeah, hopefully going to be doing the same.
The sound of humps fleeing to the upper levels can be heard above. Okay. Run away!
Run away.
Brave Sir Robin, run away. Jeez. Doctor Who and Monty Python references all in one night. Must be on a roll.
Must be.
I didn't do that. am I getting hit from?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put
Okey-dokey.
lunge over on my W just to see if it's.
It needs to be.
Oh, I can now lunge to you. So interesting. So it's very. No, that was a thing. So hang on. Can you just stay in the middle there, where there's not a piece of furniture? Because I think I lunged to the furniture.
Let's
I'm
go.
just clicking all around you, and now I click on the furniture. Right. So yeah, I definitely cannot lunge to you even on a different key.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say that's definitely worth adding into the ticket.
Yeah, I will be doing
Like
that.
we know it's not something to do with. I am gonna have to go back and sell/check out gear.
No worries.
In a bit.
Gonna leave you guys tabbed up and play some COD before D&D. You got D&D tonight?
Yeah, he does.
Wow. I hope it's good.
Yes. I'm gonna listen in as much as I can because have not as yet. I don't know what he's doing over there, but it involves Bug, and Bug is laughing, so
Laughter
Probably-
is lovely.
it's not really laughter, it's more giggling. Like he's trying to get away with something. So we were discussing earlier this new I'll have to actually have a look on my phone next time we go back and sell and whatnot stuff. The request from the Red Cross regarding
Oh, yeah.
video game manners, I suppose you could call it.
So do we know that this is the stance of Red Cross as a whole, or if someone who's like high up there just decided that they would be stupid and speak out about this?
I'm not sure. What's up,
I
chickens?
know you've been streaming with Matt.
But what?
I have to give you a hug, and is there anything I can get you? Like
Aww.
a cold water or something to eat?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
That's very sweet.
He is. As annoying as he is sometimes, he is also extremely sweet. You should have seen he got all upset when Eri left this afternoon because he went to give her he gave her cuddles.
Yeah.
And she went out the door and he's like, "No, I want more cuddles."
So what we're
What did
gonna
you get?
we're gonna be teleporting
Ah, that's
to
okay. You'll have another chance.
the outcast camp to hand in, and then we'll go back to Imperial Wellrun and start going along Soul Warden's Road.
Sure. No, I will just portal to you once you move.
Yep. And
Yeah, he is rather sweet a lot of the time. But yeah, I do want to bring it up on my phone because I saw it as a TikTok, which I suppose doesn't really give it much. It's like, you know, using Wikipedia as a resource. But I do want to have a look because we mentioned it earlier and okay, let's look for a respectable. Oh my god. There's a lot of.
Yes.
Okay, International Committee of the Red Cross. That's a respectable source coming straight from the bee's knees as it may be. Oh, and it's old. 2013?
Hmm.
2013. That's like a decade ago.
Why are these people going on about something that was said in 2013?
Maybe they got bored. Let's see.
Because it's the internet, I guess.
Quite possibly. I mean, these things get brought up and people have never really heard of them. Okay. The ICRC, which is the International Committee of the Red Cross, believes there's a place for international humanitarian law, law of armed conflict, in video games. And they've publicly stated interests in the implications of video games that simulate real war situations and the opportunities such games present for spreading knowledge of law of armed conflict. They're suggesting that in real life, these games should include virtual consequences for people's actions and decisions. They should be rewarded for respecting law of armed conflict, and there should be virtual penalties for serious violations of the law. In other words, like,
Just
you know,
mindlessly
we-
bombing. Yeah, okay.
hospitals and things in game.
I see a
But they are
point.
specifically using the phrase war crimes. And
Yeah.
I think that's what most people are finding most concerning.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I think some of these ideas are good ideas.
It depends on the game, honestly. So they're only talking about video games that simulate real war situations. So like your CODs, Battlefield, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with having penalties and rewards for certain things, especially when, you don't want to necessarily,
You'd hope it'd be something that, you wouldn't necessarily be able to bring it into a game that has existed for some time. Like, can you imagine taking basically any Call of Duty game, any Battlefield game? What else would you? Which other ones are the big ones that do real life war simulations?
I don't really know.
I can't think of any at the moment. But they tend to be the big ones. Can you imagine if they tried to implement something like that in like a modern warfare game, where if you blow up a hospital, there's a consequence for you blowing up a hospital, because instead of, climbing the 15 floors to find the one guy at the top with the sniper, you just bomb the entire hospital.
Mm.
When there's no NPCs, there's no,
If it's just a building, if it's just a building, then just go for your life, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I believe I heard, and don't quote me on this one, but apparently AI should be considered as civilians, which means that if there is a single AI character, a single NPC, non-player character in that building, and you bomb that hospital, you then, yeah, and now the doubt forms. It just seems a little bit over the top, in a way, especially to be asking that of, like, games that have existed for some time without those sorts of rules or expectations.
Yeah.
Just seems a little bit strange that, and granted, this is a 10-year-old document I'm reading from the ICRC at the moment, but why is it only now becoming a thing?
Yeah. Well,
Like, slow news day?
must be, I guess. Alright.
That seems to be the thing at the moment.
Interesting. I had not heard of it until you mentioned it earlier.
Mm.
But then, I don't have my fingers to the pulse as far
No,
as news goes.
The pulse can be overrated a lot of
Oh,
the
for
time.
sure. Like, at the moment, like, just drama for no reason.
I stopped listening to the news.
Good plan, honestly. I have not watched the news in. I mean, I don't even remember the last time. All right, I am where we need to go.
Alright.
Within
I'm
reason.
just emptying stuff. Nope, not that one.
Oh, this is a spell. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to be careful.
What are we figuring out?
I've got the amulet on that inflicts me with bleed when I cast a spell, and I didn't have any spells until now. So I just have to be a little bit careful to make sure I'm not bleeding myself to death.
Just a little bit careful.
Because yeah, it was literally no negative because I didn't have any spells on my bar, but I now have 2 spells on my bar, 3
Yeah.
spells on my bar.
Don't want to be getting stuck doing the wrong thing there.
Shall I move toward where we're going so it's even closer, or?
I'll just portal to you where you are.
I just don't want to get too much XP and stuff here.
Ah, it's all good. Portals in, instantly finds enemies. Do-do-do.
I have upped my damage fairly significantly as well.
That's okay. I don't mind if you take things out faster. Like I'm
Looks
still
like you're
getting
doing
hit.
more damage anyway, so that's good. Yeah, I mean
Yeah, I don't
that's
think
good.
I think I changed maybe one thing.
Where are you? There. Oof. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
to be
see,
very
even
careful.
my Cinder Strike at the moment is doing quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure why, because I don't necessarily have anything giving major bonuses to it.
Well, it'll be whatever your dexterity is, and then your base damage. Wow, he is dying fast. Okay. Righto, good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Stop that.
You're bleeding. What did you do?
I
Oh, is
accident
that the
yeah, I accidentally
change?
toggled Warpath instead of channeling it. And then I had to cancel it, and the only thing I could use to cancel it was Healing Hand, and Healing Hand is a spell.
Whoops.
So we've got this. So what's going to happen here is once we trigger this, we're going to get waves of enemies.
So we want to get rid of what we've got already.
Well, it is triggered, so we'll just get
Ah.
waves for a little bit. Is all I'm saying.
That's all good.
Stand down or die.
Whoa, Jesus. Okay. That hurt, and that nearly killed me.
Yeah.
That was extraordinary close.
There was a big guy in all of that.
Oof. Okay. Hello.
Oh, let me out. Let me go. Let me go.
Now you're alright. Okay. Yeah, that was very close. Way too close for comfort. I'm thinking it might be good to like start getting some healing into this now.
Into some of the other bits.
6 inside area. The amount of health is increased by healing effectiveness. I don't know how good this is gonna be. Or I could just... Can Smite get to me? I don't know. Descends from the sky, healing allies around the target. If you are in the area, you are also healed. Alright, I'll still do this then. Because I will always be in the area.
Hearing the questions in the background. Can you cry underwater?
Yes.
Absolutely. Ooh. Oh no, that's okay. I don't use them that much.
It's not as obvious.
This is true. But it's doable.
Oh, for sure. Ooh. Hello. I'm just going down here because there's... Ow! Jeez!
No, that's okay. We've got some...
Woof!
Oh, bugger.
Okay, yeah. Taking a lot more damage.
Yeah, the soul cage got me. Okay, I'm coming back.
Wow, what is this? I think
I
this
think so.
might be for you.
Found some fancy things.
I have. Have you been using Flurry?
No. Oh, no.
Well, even if you haven't been using Flurry, I feel like this is really nice. Because it's got bow attack speed. So, let's go to you. Let's gift you an item. Oop.
Ooh, pretty. Okay.
So you're not going to get the critical strike chance, but you'll get the regen, you'll get the bow attack speed, and you'll get 22% chance to gain haste if you get hit. So that's all pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'd say that is pretty good. What's the other one? Yeah, no, I can replace that with that. Thank you very much.
Of course. That's what we're here for. Share and share alike. So I used nearly all of my potions.
Yeesh.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I
She's
just
right.
stood a little too close to the soul cage, and of course, decided to get myself stuck in its flamey breath thingy. Next.
Next. Well, you've done 2 hours. Good job.
Yeah, I have. I reckon I can probably do up to the next hour.
Alright. That
It
sounds
is
like a plan.
starting to settle,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, that's good. Another hour.
think-
We'll have done a good amount by then.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I usually aim for a minimum of 2, if not 3.
Yeah,
That
no,
that seems to be like a nice sort of. I was going to say round number, and it's really not.
it's a turn of phrase.
Three is a nice round number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a summon thing over here somewhere? Can't see one, but
No, they came up out of the ground as opposed to from a structure, so.
I'm pretty happy with the session. It's been
Oh, bless me.
good.
It has. We've gotten a fair way through. Like lots of different bits and pieces, and we've done some learning.
We have done some learning. It's been nice. Ooh, you've got what is that? You've got a different thing now.
Which thing?
Oh, don't. I'm just. You do. There's another stack of something being put onto enemies. I'm not sure if it's you or me, but there's something. More stacks of things is good.
Is it the? It looks like 2 blades.
Oh, I'm not sure. I just saw something, and I'm
Lightning.
like,
Blade. There's a damage boost, chill, ignite, bleed, and shock. Yeah, because one of the monster bars stayed up for me.
okay.
So shock, bleed, so lightning and blood, and then damage boost, which looks like a blue and a pink lightsaber.
Then that's
or
what
a
it was. It
flurry.
was so damage boost.
Yeah.
Cool.
This one of us is doing 10% increased damage per stack, and there was a stack of 7 on the.
Yeah. That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're doing extra damage somewhere. I
More
wonder
damage
what
is
the-
good damage. Unless it's
Oh, of
coming
course.
into us.
Unless we are the ones actually taking said damage.
Yes.
I'm just wondering. Where it's coming from.
That's alright. It's all good.
Oh, I know. I just like to know so that I can manipulate what we're doing into, because it's not showing up anymore.
It could
Might
be me that's doing it, so I don't know.
Something specific.
There's all sorts of things that it can be. Sometimes that you replace an item and all of a sudden stuff happens.
Fancy new things comes up.
Alright, make sure you click on that. And we will be going through this portal here once we've cleaned up. Okay. Through to the corrupted lake in a different time.
Dun dun dun.
So sometimes these are... so there's always a boss. Sometimes the boss unlocks more idle spots, and sometimes it's they give you a specific reward.
Okay.
It's always good, basically. Down, yeah, sure. Pick a direction, any direction.
They all lead to the same place.
So my chance to cast Smite is gonna skyrocket as we progress. So what Smite does is it hurts enemies and it will heal in a little area around it.
Okay.
So being not too far from me is
That's probably a good idea.
yeah. Because mostly it'll be kind of nearby, because the key word is chance in the area of the warpath. So it's like, and now I get to put a point in here, so it doesn't cost me quite so much health. Oh, he died.
Rather violently by the looks of it.
Yeah. Later on, we may tweak this build and decide
Oh yeah.
something else, but for now, this is kind
It
of
seems to be doing what it needs to do.
yeah, and fire exclamation mark. It's the name of the stream, so it's important that we keep on brand.
Oh, definitely.
We can go up here. And there was nothing there. That's okay.
Oh, there were enemies to fight and XP to gain.
Indeed. Nice. So you might see that sort of pillar, that lightning fire pillar that comes down every so often.
Yep.
That's
the-
Smite.
Okay.
So at the moment, it's a 50% chance for it to happen every second.
Is it just every second that we're in a fight, or
It's every second I'm spinning.
Okay.
Which is pretty much whenever we're in a fight. So yes, I guess. And with 2 more points, it'll be 100%. And putting points in takes longer each level, so.
That's okay. At least you can get it to 100%.
Yes.
It's not one of those things that gets capped at like 75.
Well, even 75 is pretty good when you're spinning all
True.
the time.
All the time. Yep.
Oh, that was good damage you just dealt.
I was just doing the regular right
I
click
know, it was awesome.
doobie thing.
It was a lot.
Whoops. Let me pick them up. Thank you. Yeah, no, she's definitely got a decent amount of. Like I can in a pinch take out a group without you coming through to do the spinny thing,
Yeah.
which is pretty much all I ask. You know, like if I do get stuck, at least I know that I'm covered and can do that.
Well, yeah, the point is to try to be working together.
I know, but like in a pinch where I don't have that option, it's nice to know that I can.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I might die. You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
Absolutely. Nice.
What do you mean it doesn't fit? Rude.
Rude.
I might actually change the order of those loot filters.
The order.
Mm. So put the no magic, no normal on top.
Well, that will defunct the other one. It won't do it
Complete-
anymore.
Oh, really?
Not properly.
So it'll...
So what it
okay.
would do is it wouldn't then highlight the blue items because you've put the hide blue items above it.
Which is effectively what I'd want it to do. Only gold. Because at the moment, and I'm assuming this is our big guy.
Yes.
So
He's a big guy.
drop the ballista and run.
Out of that.
That too. Don't fire at me, you piece of crap. Kick your butt.
Look at how many stacks that is. 16 stacks. Oh!
At least I don't have to respawn from too far away.
I have to stop spinning here. I can spin for a while, but
Not forever.
oh,
And look
the
at that. even
ballista
my
is in
ballista-
the. That's cool.
Nice.
Now we do need to find the portal. I'll go through that. Ooh, spiders. Cool. So now we can go back to, and we can, so what comes up now is a quick travel option.
Okay.
Would you like to return to your previous time and location? So when we go through those portals, it does that. So we can click on that and it will do the thing.
Nice.
Just on the bottom left there. Yep, that's it. Good job.
Yeah, no, I had to come off and stand back on it properly because it didn't quite register that I'd stood on there.
Yep.
It's all good.
Alright. And more healing effectiveness, thanks. We want to be more effective at healing.
Ooh, unlocked multi-shot. Nice.
Always nice. And I would recommend that as you go, you try out all of the skills and see what they do. And
Of course.
oops.
That one.
Can I have a look at your Caltrops skill tree?
My caltrops.
Shurikens.
I was gonna
Caltrops.
say. I'm dropping in alacrity at the moment to increase the attack speed.
Okay, and
'Cause
then
I've got my lightning stuff down here. That's sort of mostly done. The big
okay,
one.
so you shock chance, yeah, you've got all of that. That's good.
Going more into the
Throw additional
what they are.
shurikens. What is over that side? So blade shield. So that would be good. The blade shield, because I think that gives you armor when they're.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So shield for 3
duration,
seconds does not stack.
and then what are the final ones?
The last one's floating. The blade shield lasts longer, and then increased armor per shuriken. So at the moment, I'm
Yeah, the
popping in there to
bladed
increase
armor
the
is
attack speed,
excellent.
but yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
will be
then
popping along here.
if you go all the way over to the left hand side, I just want to see the 0 for 1 all the way over to the left. That one. Shurikens all around. So yeah, shurikens are now thrown at enemies all around you.
Rather than in a cone.
So there is
So
an
that would be like
argument
Mhm.
that how many points would it be? It would be 1, 2 to just unlock it. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 points to unlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
You probably wouldn't want the poison chance. 1, 2, 3.
No.
You could probably go up
I mean,
to front, like straight up to what is that top one?
this one.
If you from the middle of shurikens, if you go so you've got flip
Straight
of a
up.
coin and you go right from there, that's bleed, and then physical pen. Okay, so physical pen, bleed chance. That's probably the right path. It's 4
Along
points
this way.
to get them all around you. I think, how would we do this? Because you got 11 now. It would be 15 once you fill that in. And then 1,
Yeah.
2. Yeah, so that will be fine. If you go that, do we want
head
armor?
up.
I think we want them all around you first.
So we want to go up across this top one
Get
with
the
the
next
weighted
4
big
points
cups
across,
with the
yeah.
coin.
And
Shall we
then
start?
once they're there, then we can start going over to the armor. I think leave
Then
the
move
attack
across this way.
speed now. Like I think
Yeah.
4 is
4
probably
is good.
even more than enough. And then you'll be able to sort of be 15, 16, 17, and you'll be able to put 3 into bladed armor, which is
Yeah.
probably your best bet there to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I was
pretty
just
good.
thinking because there's nothing that's specifically cold. The closest I think I get is here when I
No,
start going over
it's
into stagger. It's
yeah,
only
no.
like it's immobilization and blind.
This
but
is
it's not
kind of
cold.
why I said, maybe it's better to focus just on your lightning because you're definitely doing lightning, and
Yeah.
yeah. So
I mean,
I
and
know
then
you
in the
want more
blister
than
at the
one
moment,
element, but then you're also going to be doing bleeds things. So bleed and lightning maybe rather than cold
yeah.
and
So
lightning.
bleed is only going to be on. That's the icon. So it's not
Double
me that's
shoot.
doing it. That's on my blister too.
Okay.
But that's the icon that was coming up.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. I just wanted to see where you were
Oh, it's all
heading
good.
and cool. Because yeah, having
Where
them
are we
all
heading?
around you is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to go through the portal this time because we've been there.
Yeah.
Nice. I know you like the idea of doing cold. It's just I don't know whether any of your
It's
skills
not really
is...
going to work for. I mean, the bleed and anything poison, anything bleed is all related to whatever I'm wearing at the time. If I don't have something that
Yeah.
if I don't have an item that relates directly to the lightning
Yeah.
or to cold,
Where,
then I'm
yeah.
going to put on whatever I've got.
Yeah, whereas the game kind of assumes that you're stacking multipliers on top of multipliers on top of multipliers to get stuff,
Yeah.
so...
But if I don't have those multipliers, there's no reason why I
Right.
can't use something a little bit outside that may not have too much of a multiplier, but still does some benefit just in its use.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're going to have a similar situation here that we had before. Once you talk to this person over here, we're going to have some
Yeah.
enemies spawn and things. But I'll let you talk to them and that. Just don't want you to be...
Okay,
I will
that's fine.
come between you and them, and that means that
What did I
you'll be
just pick
mostly
up?
protected. That is Calamity, 46% fire damage. Now I think I've already got Calamity, and I've got a better one, so you can
Okay.
hold on to that if you like.
Cool. I mean, I won't use the I've got my lightning resistance on and poison resistance on my helmet at the
No,
moment.
but it might be
so-
for another character or whatever in the future. You might
Exactly.
decide to do
Yeah.
something burny,
Exactly.
so definitely hold on to it. And you've got a conduit's pole sword of stone down there if you want to break that down. If you don't want to do that, we can even remove blue and stuff from, we can do sort of other
20
things.
minutes,
But...
okay? Sorry, just saying goodnight to Bug. 20
Oh, yeah.
minutes and I'll come in, alright? But you need to have the light off and you need to be in bed, alright? Oh dear. Children.
Indeed.
He was being very cute about it though. Oh, this is going to be a pain because it's a big one. You're not going to fit in there, are you? Nope. Yes, there's just too many of these sorts of items.
Okay.
Like I'm having trouble actually fitting them in amongst everything else.
Well, maybe we change it away from some of these other key items. The key, because what do we
Yeah.
got? You want to take cold out of there probably, and
No, I'm happy for the cold to stay in because I'm not getting that many cold.
all right.
All right, so speak to this person.
Yep.
Blah blah epoch.
Blah blah epoch.
Oh look, you're a seer. Okay, and apparently, I was there when it all started. What did I do? Presence is either a blessing or a warning. How long did you wait? Forever. The first watch does a terror break the epoch into 3 shards, 1 in a temple, 1 defended by knowledge, 1 guarded by mystery. Protected them best we could. The fact we glided to combine them after all this time. Maybe it's appropriate that I am the last. Okay. Let's see. Are we ready to start?
Oh yeah. We sure am.
Somewhere in the dark. In the distance, there's shouts and sounds of combat. Finish them off while I wrap up the ritual. Okie dokie.
Very nice.
Oh, see, this is what I want. More of these sorts of things. Not so much the knife, but like,
Well, yeah, there's things that we can do to make it like just yellows and stuff and all sorts of stuff. The loot filter's real good on being able to specify exactly what it is you're looking for, and I'm just here to teach you how to do it, and then it's up to you to decide.
what I actually do with that knowledge.
Yeah.
That makes sense. This is not going to like what I've done, is it? Oh. I need to... fiddle a little. There we go. Let's go back and talk to the seer.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yay.
Get a passive point out of that.
It all makes sense, unfortunately for Alric. For all the bone-twisted cages of metal and cruelty. All around it, the vast darkness of the sea. Rumours that one of the Emperor's servants was constructing a dreadnought. And it's not too late, the ship is still docked. How coinkydink. So now we need to do the go north thing.
Go north.
Life is definitely not peaceful there.
Whoa.
Clearly, someone has something to say about the fact that we're trying to get there.
Really? And I have something to say to them. Die in fire.
Stand down or die.
My character said it perfectly. Stand down or die. Except he didn't say with fire, so I guess it wasn't perfect.
It was mostly perfect, and that's what matters.
Ooh.
Yeah, those necrotic cages have a bit of a nasty breath weapon.
Sure do. Stay out of that.
And then some.
And I definitely am
Far,
talking
far
to
away.
myself when I say that. Stay out of that.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah. summons an allied ice beetle.
Yay! Go, Beetle, go! What do you mean does not fit? How rude.
How rude.
It's almost like the game doesn't want me to pick it up.
Funny that.
Gold everywhere!
Okay.
Die, evildoer.
Alright. Entering the Fallen Tower.
I thought we were
Gremlin
supposed to be
in the
looking for a
background.
Yeah, that was right before he came to say goodnight.
We are looking for a ship, but in order to get there, we have to go through the Fallen Tower.
Ooh, level 30.
Indeed.
Nice round number.
Yep. It's probably, probably a good spot. We've got a teleport, we've got level 30. Probably a good spot to leave off for the night. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Head back to town, offload.
Actually, I need to pick up that one that's over here. I'm working with one space. So I'm
Oh,
going
boy.
back to Imperial Wellin or Welrin, or are we going back to
I think Outcast Camp is
Outcast?
because then we're at least still in the same area and we won't get confused about where we're going.
This is true. You know I'm going to be confused no matter what, right? I'm going to look at it and go, what were we doing? Take me a little bit of time to kind of figure it all out. You go in there with all my other pretties.
Make damage. Ooh, chance to bleed. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm just wondering what have I got in there at the moment. No, that's definitely worth swapping. Because that one's the physical damage for the blister. What have I got? 2 single spots. Well, I've only got Oh, the hussy in the background.
Charming.
I don't. Can you hear her?
Sort of. Very vaguely.
She's all the way down the hallway. I told you, no boys. Poor thing's in heat at the moment. I cannot wait to get her fixed. 'Cause she was too young when I got her, and didn't get the chance to do it before
Yeah.
this. So of course we've now got a week of the noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I might keep that one. Increased lightning damage. Ooh. 28% chance to chill on hit, or 43% increased lightning damage.
No, lightning damage. Definitely lightning damage. That's not even a question.
That's fire. I don't want that one. Dungeon. No. Ooh. That's pretty too. 17% increased cold damage versus 15% chance to chill on hit. I think I'll swap those.
Be well.
Drops my crit strike chance, but
Alright, now we have to decide between these two items. Okay. Do we
oh,
want
I hate that. Yes.
damage over time, ignite on hit? Or do we want increased fire damage? We probably want this one. This one is increased fire damage and ignite on hit. Oh boy, this is a hard choice.
Yes.
That's spell mana cost. I'm not really casting any spells, but the rest of these keywords are so good. I lose.
Well, I mean, you're not casting heaps now, but in the future, is the intention to add more spells, or
Um,
are we looking to just sort of?
no, I should only ever be casting, like, hard casting one spell, and it only as a last resort. Like, it's different at the moment because we're leveling up.
Yep.
So the difference is going to be, do we want more fire damage? Or do we want more ignite chance? 23%.
Well, fire damage in itself would be the better overall, because it's still only a chance to ignite. It's not a guarantee, or at least that's how I'd look at it.
Yeah.
Like you're not guaranteed to get that ignite, which means that in the instance where you're not getting it, you're missing out on what could be an automatic fire damage percent.
Yeah. Alright. We'll go with this one then for the moment. And
Store the other one, and it might come up later as being
that's what I'm
something you
gonna
can
do.
use.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'll store it, and you never know.
Man. What am I doing? Physical damage, critical strike, or dodge, or concentration. No. Ooh, that one. There we go. There's more lightning damage with an elemental arrow.
Dodge
Good.
rating. Do I want dodge rating?
Do you use it?
Not really.
I
Okay.
mean that's something I'm not too sure I understand. Like, does dodge rating directly go to like your chances to dodge when you're hit, or is it something completely different?
Okay. So dodge is dodging the hit
Mm-hmm.
in the first
Yep.
place. So a hit happens,
Mhm.
and that will trigger the percentage chance of dodge to see whether it hits you. And then if it does hit you, then the armor and resistances apply to it. So the
Okay.
dodge is a prevention mechanic at the first place. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
That's fair.
good.
I'll get it.
Dodge is good.
Yes.
But you want all the other things at some
You
point
want.
too.
Yeah. You want to be able to even out what you do have.
All right.
Well, I think we are calling it at that point.
Yes.
It's
we
9
are.
o'clock.
We are. It's been fun. It's been good. Enjoyed it.
Has. Definitely. We'll be back again next week to do much of the same.
Yes, we sure will. Be interesting to see how everything goes.
Yep.
But for now, let's exit to desktop. Let's pop us to the talkie screen. Let's see if there's anyone in the great land of Twitch. I'm sure that there is.
Well, there usually is, yes.
So Tuxter is still around.
Where's Tuck still going? I might raid into her then. Has been some time since I've popped in and said hi.
Very good.
Unfortunately, my Twitch has been a little twitchy and not giving me the list of who is actually on at the moment.
Yep, that'll happen sometimes. I will do the same. Why not? So raid. Let's give her a double raid, because reasons.
It's not even. It's taking a while to do anything. Wow. It's not typing.
Oh boy, what do you do, eh? Alright, I'm going to pop myself to the end screen. Thank you for playing. Thank you for sticking around and
Not a problem.
seeing us out
That's
to
fun.
9 o'clock. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. You know where I am if you want to chat. And
Yeah, same.
everyone that's watching, everyone that cheered, everyone that followed, thank you so much. It's been fun.
Definitely. Have a good night, everyone.
Alright, catch you later.
Bye.